President Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war is splitting the Democratic Party, with progressives and moderates at odds over whether the U.S. should reconsider its support of Israel amid its operation in Rafah. Joining us now to discuss, Democratic Congressman Khanna of California. He serves on the House Armed Services Committee. He's also a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus and a Biden campaign surrogate. Congressman, you're doing a whole lot these days, but let me ask you this. Your reaction to the Israeli military moving into Rafah. What do you think the president's response to all of this should be, and your reaction to hitting the pause button, the administration hitting the pause button on some of these larger munitions going to Israel?
Jim, I think the president has taken exactly the correct action, something that many of us have been calling for weeks. He has paused offensive weapons going in to Israel. He's made it clear that Netanyahu cannot continue to blatantly defy the United States President, Secretary of Defense, and Secretary of State. Allies don't do that. They don't treat friends that way. And this is why 37 of us voted no on the offensive weapons, and the president basically has now embraced our position.
And ceasefire negotiations are set to continue. Hamas says it accepted the terms of a ceasefire proposed by Egypt and Qatar. Prime Minister Netanyahu says it's very far from Israel's core demands. Are you optimistic something's going to get done here?
I'm hopeful, but we've got to make sure that something gets done. I mean, it's been 7 months. I don't understand. We're the greatest superpower. We've got to figure out how to get this done, how to stop the war, stop the killing, stop people from dying. That's what young people across the country are saying. Look, I have respect for Burns, but if he can't get the job done, send someone else. I mean, 7 months, they haven't been able to get this done. It's time to figure out who's going to get this done and get a ceasefire and the release of the hostages.
Are you losing a little confidence in the CIA director here?
Well, I'm not saying, look, I've heard great things about him, but my point is I look at the results, and we've had 7 months of lack of results. And so my view is we've got to get this war to end and release the hostages. And I do think Burns needs to come to Congress. I mean, Sullivan did to the Progressive Caucus, and he needs to explain what he's doing and why it's not working. Why do we keep hearing week after week, we're close, we're close, we're close, and then nothing happens? Is the problem just Hamas, or is Netanyahu being inflexible? But the American people want to know why this war continues, why people are continuing to die, and how do we end it?
And I don't have to tell you this, but the latest CNN poll shows just 19% of people between the ages of 18 and 34 approve of how President Biden has handled the war. More than 80% disapprove. I hate to throw your own words back at you, Congressman, but just a few moments ago you were saying that the president is handling this right. That's not what a lot of young Americans are saying right now, and you absolutely need them to turn out in the fall.
Well, I said he's been right on this recent decision to suspend offensive weapons. I mean, I have, it's common knowledge, disagreed with him over the last 7 months. I mean, I think he should have called for a permanent ceasefire and release of hostages earlier. I don't think we should have had the same carte blanche to Netanyahu that we've had. I'm glad the administration is coming around to the position many of us in Congress have articulated, and I hope it's a change in direction. But you know, we need to see leadership where America comes and says, hostages released, end the war, none of this Netanyahu stuff if I want to still go into Rafah. Knock it off. Too many people are dying. You have Cindy McCain saying that there's a famine there. This is the time for America to lead and bring an end to this war.
I did want to ask you about TikTok. I know you've been working on that issue. TikTok has announced it's suing to block this new law that would force the owner to sell the app or face basically a ban here in the U.S., saying it violates the First Amendment. You're on this House China Select Committee. What's your reaction to all of this? How's this going to play out?
Well, I have serious First Amendment concerns. I mean, you had Senator Mitt Romney at a recent conference saying that one of the reasons that they blocked TikTok, or that people voted to block TikTok, is that there were too many concerns about Palestinian human rights on the app. That, by definition, is viewpoint discrimination. In this country, we can't just take away the free speech rights of 170 million Americans. We should have narrow legislation to prevent our data from going to China, to prevent Chinese Communist Party interference in algorithms. But I think the courts are going to look at this very carefully on First Amendment grounds.
Are you worried that, I mean, a lot of young people use TikTok. I mean, this might not be the time you want to further alienate younger voters.
Well, Jim, I use TikTok too. I mean, I think it's a place where you can have speech and you can have conversation, and 170 million Americans use it. And so that's why I voted no against the ban. I think it's hurting speech. And if you look at some of my TikToks that have gone viral, it's speaking out for free speech. So I agree with you that there's a disconnect here between the Beltway establishment and what a lot of young voters and, frankly, a lot of Americans around the country believe.
All right. We know you go viral all the time, Congressman. All right, Congressman Khanna, thanks for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.